Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Wonderful to see you back at the live psychic readings. It's good to be back. My energy is doing a whole lot better, and my tooth extraction has also improved a lot, like my entire jaw here. So I'm looking forward to doing psychic readings for you again today. All right, so today what we're going to do is the first probably 45 minutes, we will do psychic readings for you with all your questions. And then thereafter, we are going to do an energy clearing. We're going to use the Theta Healing technique for everything. And we're just going to make sure that I'm going to scan the energy for everybody, for people who are live, but also people who are watching the replay, because you can scan the energy for everybody who's going to watch in the future. And based on what you're doing and what's happening in your energy, I will do a very lovely energy cleanse, healing, and just an energy upgrade for you. Yeah? All right. Let's start. So we're starting with Sandhya. So we're going to do the questions that are submitted. If you are live and you want to submit a question, feel free, of course, to submit a question as well. So let's have a look at your question here. Tanita, lovely that you're here. If you have a question, feel free to submit it. We're going to start with Sandhya. What do I need to know about the discomfort that I'm experiencing in my jaw, please? Will I see the dentist if it doesn't heal in a few days? Thanks. Okay, let's have a look for you. So we don't diagnose, we don't give any health recommendations or health advice. What we mostly do is we just check the energy and let you know what we pick up in the energy. So if you have pain in your jaw, first thing is reach out to a dentist and see, let them diagnose it. Yeah, that's one of the first things that I do need to say. When I just energetically scan you, there are a couple of things that are coming up. On an energetic level, like you seem to be holding on really tight energetically, really tight in a way of like you want things to go a certain way, you want things to work out the way you have in mind, and it's like this is the way it has to be, and energetically you're holding on tight, like very, very strong. And the message that I'm hearing from Creator is try to loosen up a little bit, let go of that grip, because the tighter you hold on, the more resistance you're giving, the more challenges things like it creates in your life. So I'm hearing like loosen the reins a little bit. Also, what's happening if people are really holding on tight and lack any flexibility or ability to allow changes to take place, life can be created or life can be a lot more difficult or challenging, because it's almost like your head wants to decide what's happening instead of allowing the divine guidance and your higher self and your spiritual team to let the best path unfold for you. And that can only happen when you're willing to let go of holding on so tightly. Because if you hold on so tightly, they can do whatever they can do, but you're not allowing them. You're not allowing their help in. You're not allowing their support in, and you're trying to control the situation. Yeah, so I'm just seeing your message. I saw the dentist and I'm on medication. Stress is a big factor, which is affecting me and how I feel. Yeah, so it's still what I'm saying is still very relevant here. Yeah, you're holding on very tight. You're saying my life is so challenging right now. Exactly. So you're having these challenges and you're holding on more tight with every challenge. But actually, what is being said is dare to let go a little bit. Set the intention of what kind of guidance you want to receive, and that you want your spiritual team to help you, that you want your angels to help you, that you want to allow them to help you, and then dare to let go of the reins a little bit to the extent that feels right for you, so you can actually see that their help is coming in. And I'm glad it resonates with you. All right, so let's go to the next person, and good luck. And we'll also send you a healing at the end if you're open for it, to let this process go a little bit smoother for you. Okay. I submitted a question, but it says it's for the 27th. So just put your question in the chat, Tanita. So yes, no, so questions that are submitted via the website is going to be for next week. But if you're here live, just put your question in the chat, and then we have a look at appreciate a message. Okay, yeah, message on finding a job in the next month, please. Been unemployed for some time now. Thank you. Okay, let's have a look for you. Okay, the first, like the answer that I just gave around holding on so tight, I also see it in your energy a little bit, that you're really quite holding on tight. When I scan your energy, there is something around the throat chakra of you not expressing yourself, you not expressing your feelings. It's kind of like building up in the throat a little bit energetically. And it's something to look at. Why are you not expressing yourself? Why are you not expressing your feelings? It links to not being able to get a job or finding it challenging to get a job. Then the other thing that I'm hearing as well around the job part is set the intention of what you actually really want, not just a job, because you can get a job that absolutely sucks and makes you unhappy. So set a more refined intention of what you want to get out of the job. How do you want to feel? Do you want to experience? What kind of pay are you looking for? What kind of colleagues do you want? What do you want to get out of your job? How do you want to experience that job? And maybe if you don't know exactly what the job is, maybe there is more specifics you can see around what you'd like to do, maybe something that works on your strengths, really how you feel. That's going to be important. And then also I hear let go of the time frame, because when you are so strict, it has to be within this time, it has to be within this month, it's like putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and that pressure energy isn't going to let the energy for getting the right job for you flow. It actually slows it down, the process. So you can set a time frame in the intention, but then you also need to let it go. Set the intention of everything you'd like, and then dare to let go of that control. Allow the energy, allow your spiritual team, allow the creative energy to work for you. Allow the energy flow, because if you're not allowing any energy flow, it's very difficult to get things done. You're completely blocking the process. Yeah. I hope that helps. What is really going to help you with your job is looking into the throat chakra. Why are you not expressing what you're feeling? What makes you, there's a little bit of fear around expressing what you're feeling. You might not want to express yourself with others, and if you feel like you can't do that, that's okay. But like what I hear to start with is try to be honest with yourself. Try to express yourself honestly with yourself. And that might be sitting down with a pen of paper, or it might be actually speaking it out loud. Speaking it out loud, like a normal tone of voice towards yourself, maybe in front of the mirror, or like however it works for you. Maybe when you go out on a walk, that already starts releasing some of that stuck energy. And that can really help you to allow everything to flow a little bit more. And being honest with yourself is going to be a process that is going to be super helpful. Okay. I hope that helped you. Let's quickly have a look at your responses. Yes, so true. Okay. Yeah, I tend to hold my feelings back, and that makes sense. Good. Thank you so much. But you're very welcome. And it's actually going to be a very lightening process for you. When you do this, you're going to feel a lot lighter, and things are going to flow more for you. Okay. The next person, Maria. Hey, Susie, we've been given notice to quit by the end of July. Will we find a home before then? Thank you. Absolutely. You're going to find a home, Maria. Again, set your intention, what you're looking for. There are a couple of different paths I see that you can go down. So what's really important, and it's not just you, it feels like you and your partner both need to go sit down and really get clear on what you're looking for. When you're clear on what you're looking for, then your helpers are already literally standing there waiting for you to get that process going, waiting for you to line things up. So yeah, and actually don't be avoid being restricted about what you believe is and isn't possible. When you just sit down and really feel into your heart, and your partner does the same, what would you really like? What would you love? What kind of price tag? What is the budget? And then you let it go, and then it will come on your path. Of course, you need to take a bit of action, but take aligned action, take intuitively guided action. And I feel like you can end up with a really nice home that feels aligned. And if you feel like there's anything blocking it, do a little bit of Theta Healing belief work. To open up that space. But yeah, it feels actually that receiving the notice is part of a next step of your journey. And you guys are ready for that. Yeah. Okay. Who's next? You're very welcome, Maria. Okay. Doll City 9999. Hi, am I going to meet a special someone this year, and where? Okay, this is completely within your own control. If you do, and it depends on if you believe you can or not. It feels like doing some of the inner work, looking at your own feelings, looking at your own emotions, looking at some of the behavioral patterns that you're going through, will be very beneficial. And maybe shifting some limiting beliefs and shifting some fears and working through some of these things is going to be very useful to actually attract the right person in. The earlier you're doing that, the more thorough you do that, the more honest you are in that process, the more the energy will open up for the right partner or the right special person to come in. If you kind of ignore this, if you put it to the side, or if you're not necessarily honest with yourself, the process is prolonged, or you might attract somebody who might not be completely the right fit over time. Which is not necessarily right or wrong. It just is one of these things, and then the person you meet will actually help, will highlight points for you to really work on. That's what I see at the moment. So it's very much in your own hands of what kind of action are you taking, what feels aligned, how you reflect on your beliefs that you're having, what you allow yourself to shift, and yeah, that will direct a lot more of the result and the outcome for you. The other thing as well is be a little bit more specific in what you're looking for, because meet my someone special could be a dog, it could be a cat, it could be a lot of things. And someone special can also represent a lot of different things. So the more focused you are, the more specific you are, the easier it is to actually draw in what you really, really want. Okay, Doll City, I hope that helped you. At the one who knows, 9627. What should I do on my YouTube channel to be successful? Let me have a look for you. Okay, what I see for you, it isn't necessarily like when I look at from a higher perspective, or when I'm being shown a higher perspective, it isn't necessarily about being successful on YouTube. What is much more important for you is to enjoy the journey, to be aware of the journey, to be present in the journey, to not be focused necessarily on the numbers, on the amount of views, on the amount of likes, or anything like that. It's a distraction. What's like the purpose of this YouTube channel, for one of the purposes for the YouTube channel that you're doing at the moment, is to actually like be more present, to also focus a bit on contribution, and that it's not about what can I get from this, or like the views or the results or the success, anything like that. It's more about, hey, how can I make videos that really align with me? How can I make videos that contribute to others? How can I do this process in a way that feels in alignment with me, irrespective of the outcomes? And when you shift into that energy on a continuous basis, you will get more consistency in your channel, and over time there will be a rise. But if you're not in that kind of energy, there's a bit more struggle, or a bit more struggle energy, that's what I'm picking up, involved with that. So focus more on how you feel, the process, the contribution, and you enjoy it much more. It will feel much more aligned, and people get a lot more out of it that way. And the audience will also start shifting, start changing to an audience that's actually genuinely grateful for what you're doing. I hope that helps you. How to become more in alignment is follow your intuition and be more of your authentic self, instead of a personality or a person who you believe you might need to be in order to be liked or attract viewers, or in order to be successful, kind of thing. Like, go back to, hey, who am I? How can I be more of my authentic self as well in this? And because your authentic self has a lot of power, is a beautiful energy, and it's about opening the door a little bit to let that out and integrate that a little bit more into your videos. I hope that helped you. Okay. All right. Emma. India has a job opportunity that could base us in Singapore. How's the energy for us? And we're also deciding whether to try for a family. Is this uncertainty blocking us being open to opportunities? Let's have a look. Okay. It is your own choice. It's the choice for both of you. But when I scan the energy, I literally hear the words totally aligned. That's the words that are coming through, and I'm getting goosebumps as well. When I'm getting around family, the first thing about totally aligned related to Singapore. With the family, I'm hearing it will come, allow the process to unfold. It will go faster than you think. And it feels like the location where you're going to move to will also, like, you'll be able to do that process there too. We're also deciding whether to try for family. Is this an uncertainty blocking us being open for opportunities? No, like, the family can definitely, like, it's something that can go hand in hand with the opportunities that are coming up. So yeah, it feels aligned. What is really important though here is sometimes the alignment is just a process of going through this, of being open for it. Sometimes the full alignment is moving. It, like, what I hear is, don't be naive here. Don't just go with this. It's about continue with the process and really see how your energy keeps going throughout that process. And it's not about, hey, at this moment it felt right, so it's going to feel right the entire way along. No, this moment is aligned. How is it at this moment? How does it feel this moment? How does it feel this moment? Hey, it's a decision. How does it feel this moment? How does it feel that? So constantly keep checking in how it progresses and listen to those feelings. But at the moment, it feels aligned. Okay, I hope that helped you. Aileen, Y5G would love a general reading. What to focus on, topics, what's coming up in the next month. Okay, let me have a look for you. Usually, I won't recommend people to ask for a general reading because it's too general. In this case, I actually hear it would benefit this person. So it's okay. Okay, it feels like there's a lot of, like, loose ends that you're having at the moment. With that, it means, like, I see energies going to a lot of different directions and things aren't completed, they aren't finished, they aren't rounded off. And in the coming period, it feels like you could benefit from finishing things off, rounding things off, completing processes instead of doing things to 80% and then move on to the next one. It's like, get it to the 100%, get it to, like, quite a bit further than like, it feels like it needs to be completed. Things need to be completed, and you won't be able to complete everything, especially in the next month, but it's completion time. That's the energy that will be helpful for you. It's also time to let go of a few things. When you start completing, when you start letting go, and this is not only for you, it's for people that are watching this at the moment, otherwise they wouldn't be watching it or seeing this in a replay. It's like, it's time to complete, it's time to round things off, it's time to let things go that you feel like aren't completely right for you anymore, because it's time for that new cycle, the new divine timing, the new thing that's coming up, and you can only open up that space much better if you've let go of other things. So, for example, I'm actually going through a similar process. We've sold our camper van yesterday. Now, it's something that was so close to our heart, and it took us a long time to be emotionally ready for that. But we had to do it. And the moment we did it, new stuff started opening up, like within hours. It was crazy. But that wouldn't have happened if we wouldn't have let go of that. I had my tooth extraction. Has been brewing for a long time. I had to do it. Intuitively, I felt it had to be done for that next thing to open up. So it's almost like, on a global level, more an energy of rounding off, finishing things off, completing things, taking it to 100% so you can completely let it go. Also letting go of energies that don't resonate with you anymore, so you can start fresh energy, you can start new projects, you can get to this next part of life. Yeah, I hope that helps you. And again, it's not just for you, it's for a lot of people who are resonating with this and watching this at the moment. Okay. Emma, thank you, Susie. Yes, really helpful. Can sense some fear on the new place and being accepted there for who we are. So can some can do some clearing on that, and a great call on alignment, checking in throughout. Yes, that might be true. However, you might also be it's almost like your energies might be very helpful there to start a new mindset, to get people thinking differently, to break old patterns that people are stuck in, to get that ball rolling there, to accept people more for who they are, even though there might not be what is accepted or not necessarily accepted, but expected by the norm in some cultures or countries. Yeah. Again, feel into it, but it might be a reason that this is coming up. And doing some belief work on that is obviously a great thing to do. Okay, let's go to some of the questions submitted through the website. The first one is from Manzi. Why am I blocking money and abundance in my life? When will I become financially independent in my life? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, money is being blocked in life because it's almost like there's a belief I can only be happy when I have money. I can only be happy when I'm financially independent. I'm only good enough when I have money. I'm only good enough when I'm financially independent. And there's a lot of like worth tied to money. And what the creator is showing me is there's a deeper lesson here that money isn't what makes you worthy, that money isn't what's making you good enough, that money isn't the success and isn't going to give you the fulfillment and joy and happiness that you think it will bring. The things that you're really longing for is being worthy, feeling that you're good enough, the feelings of happiness, the feelings of joy, the feelings of fulfillment. Can creators show you what that feels like? And anybody else who likes that? That it's safe to feel these things, that you're worthy of that? Yeah, that like when the focus goes from money to more of the deeper things, then money can start flowing. But it's blocked because it wants you to learn certain things that are deeper than money, that are more important than money on some level. And when you dare to go into there and look a little bit and see what sits there and work on that, then the energy of money can be unlocked bit by bit to flow more for you. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And we have the next one. Sabine. What can I do to meet people with whom I can exchange ideas in depth and also about spiritual topics? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, Sabine, it's actually quite simple for you. It's about setting the intention, making sure your beliefs align with that it's possible and that it's allowed, but then setting the intention and letting it go. And then it's almost like knowing, expecting, knowing, allowing that energy in to just come into your life, and it will come. Yeah, but it's about setting the intention and making sure your beliefs align with that it's possible, that it's allowed, and that can be also fun and joyful. Yeah. It's like it's an easy path for you to get there, as long as you set the intention and do a little bit of belief work. Okay. So then we have, sorry, let me just make sure that was for, this is for Patreon 544. What energy am I currently bringing into my art business, and how can I align myself to attract the right clients and consistent sales? Let's have a look. Okay, the current energy in the business is part of your creativity feels like it's being suppressed a little bit by almost like an expectation that it has to perform, and expectations that it has to work. There's a pressure on it to make it work, a pressure that it needs to deliver, a pressure that it needs to be successful as soon as possible, sooner rather than later, preferably yesterday. And because that pressure is there, it suppresses the creativity, it suppresses the art, it suppresses the lightness that you actually have within you. You have an incredible energy within you. You have a lot of potential. You have talent, like real talent. But all of that is almost like dimmed by the pressure you're putting on yourself. So almost like what it feels like is what can you do to bring that, to take the pressure off for yourself? That it has to be successful, that it has to generate money, that it has to like do X, Y, Z in order to be like good enough, in order for you to continue, in order for you to have joy. Take the pressure off. What can you do to take the pressure off so you can bring more of that lightness, the creativity, the joy, the fun back into your art business? The moment you're going to bring that back into your business, it's going to attract clients that resonate with that energy, that love that energy, and that's going to like generate a lot more positivity, a lot more like ease and sales for you. Yeah. So it's about the energy from which you create the art. I hope that helps you. And if there's a question on how, go within. If you do Theta Healing, connect to create and get some guidance. Otherwise, connect to your heart, sit for a while, and allow the answers to come to you. It's not from a pressure energy, it's from a flow energy, it's from a being available energy, from wanting to serve energy, making a difference for others energy. That's what's really, gonna give your business a very special angle. A unique angle, an angle that's where people with a higher vibration really going to resonate with. Okay, I hope that helped you. That were the questions for today. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little energy clearing for you. You can join in if you want to. It's going to be a little meditation, or you can just relax and listen to it. Either is fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to guide people who want to guide you up to the creator energy, the creator of all that is, 7th plane energy. We're using the Theta Healing technique for this. And then I'm going to scan the energy fields of you. People are here live, but at the same time, I will also scan the energy field of the people who are going to watch the recording and who are watching the recordings. Because some level, when you connect to this creator energy, time falls away and you can just see it from a different perspective. So we're going to connect into scan everybody's energy field and then see what do you guys need. And there we're going to do a little meditation on some download, some shifting in the energy to make it all feel a little lighter. So if you're up for it, I invite you to relax, close your eyes, take a deep breath. And let go. Relax your body, relax yourself. Take another deep breath. Very good. Now, Connect to your heart. Center yourself in your heart. Feel it. And then imagine that you become one with your entire body. With every part of your body. Beautiful. Now you're going to gently expand out. You're going to imagine you become one with the chair you're sitting on, or the couch, or the bed you're laying on. Beautiful. Now you're going to expand out your energy a little further and imagine you become one and sharing space and molecules with your floor, with the walls, with the ceiling. You become one with your entire room, then with your entire place that you're in at the moment. There's no need to push the energy, it will gently expand out. Now imagine you become one with the city or the village. You expand out and become one with the entire country that you're in. Beautiful. Now you're becoming one with the entire world. With the land, with the animals, with the water. You're not taking on any of the energies. You're just sharing space and molecules. It feels peaceful. Expand out a little further. You become one with the entire universe. The moon, the stars, the entire universe. Now you gently you're gently expanding out into layers and layers of light. Imagine you're expanding into beautiful bright lights, many layers of bright lights. And you continue with some layers of golden light, a beautiful golden light. Keep expanding, and then you expand out into a jelly-like substance that shines in all the colors of the rainbow. You're doing well, keep going. And then you're expanding out into a beautiful iridescent white light, bright white light. That's the energy of the seventh plane, creator of all that is energy. You become one with that. And then the moment you become one with that, everything turns in this beautiful unconditional love, creator energy. You can keep expanding further into this energy. Beautiful. Stay there whilst I, with your permission, will scan everybody's fields and check in what would be most beneficial for the group. This works if you're watching live or watching the replay. Your energy is still being scanned. Of course, with permission. Okay, very relevant topic. Two topics that are coming up for a lot of you that clearing would be really beneficial is around worthiness and around letting go and finishing things off. Moving on energy. Okay, so can we do some Theta Healing downloads for you? Can we first of all ask Creator to cleanse your energy field? And with Theta Healing downloads, if you want them, you have to say yes, either in your head or out loud. But permission is required for every single download or thing we propose. Okay, so can we cleanse your energy field? If you like that, just say yes. And we fill it up with unconditional love, with the feeling of balance and peace. And what it feels like. Can the Creator show you what it feels like to live life being worry-free, without any worry? That is possible, that is allowed. And let's complete any vows, oaths, energetic contracts through the Creator. That you need to worry in order to care. That you need to worry in order to be accepted. That you need to worry in order to be part of society, part of the community. Can we complete all of that now through Creator? And show you what it feels like to care, to belong, to be part of the community of society without needing to worry. You like that? You can say yes. Can the Creator show you what it feels like and that it's safe to let go of energy that is stuck, to let go of energy that's no longer serving you in the highest and best way, to let go of all their energies that stop you from moving forward, stop you from stepping into your real authenticity, that stop you from being free, that stop you from being your true self. Can we show that they can go now? That it's safe to let them go? And be replaced by energies that help you, support you in being your true self, in growing and moving into the energy of being your authentic self and what that feels like. Keep breathing so the energy can shift easily. Can the Creator show you what it feels like to live your life without feeling that you constantly need to control everything? And can we bring in the energy of trust? What it feels like to trust. That you're allowed to trust, that it's safe to trust, and how to trust and when to trust without being naive. Would you like that? Because on some level, trust is actually the most powerful way of control, of being in charge. But it's trust combined with discernment. Yeah. Can Creator show you what discernment feels like? How to be discerning, when to be discerning, and how you can be discerning while still being kind and compassionate, and what that feels like. Would you like that? That you can be discerning and still be worthy. And can we disconnect the energy of worthiness to any tangible goods, from any tangible goods? We disconnect these two and show you what it feels like to be worthy, that worthiness is within you. That it's a feeling, it's a perspective. What it feels like to allow worthiness in your life, to allow yourself to experience worthiness, and to allow yourself for worthiness to grow within you, and that is safe, and that is allowed. Would you like that? Beautiful. Can we also create it to complete the lesson of worthiness and to complete the lesson of letting go? If you like it, you can say yes. Now, for the avoidance of doubt, that doesn't mean that everything around these topics is completed. It means that the things that you're ready to complete now will be completed. And there will probably be, because these are larger virtues, there will probably be some lessons around that again in the future, but from different perspectives, from different angles. Okay. I can't create to show you now what it feels like to move on. It's what it feels like to be ready for your next steps in life. What it feels like to embrace what's coming on your path and to live from an energy of synchronicities. What that feels like, and that is safe and that it is allowed. Without things going too fast for you. When you like that, you can say it. And breathe again. Beautiful. Okay, that feels like plenty for today. So, if you like, you can see yourself in the sparkling white light again of the Creator. You do a little rinse there to cleanse the energy, to rebalance the energy. It feels like we need to send the people who want healing also some healing. So if you'd like to receive healing, can the Creator send you some healing? To integrate this properly and easily. And healing for anything else that you'd like some healing energy for. You can just say yes. And observe where that energy goes within your body. What it feels like. Beautiful. Okay, then see yourself in the sparkling white light of the Creator. Do a bit of a rinse in the sparkly shower. Beautiful. And now allow the energy to come up from the earth to the soles of your feet. Visualize it. And allow it to come up to your legs, your hips, your upper body, your arms, your neck, all the way to the top of your head, filling yourself up with grounding energy and unconditional love energy of Mother Earth. Beautiful. Now take a deep breath. And open your eyes. Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed the meditation and the energy clearing. I hope you enjoyed the psychic readings. If it helped you or you enjoyed it, please feel free to click the like button, subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. For people who are Theta Healers, we have a DNA 3 course taking place. It will probably be my last one that I'm teaching. And if that's of interest, go and have a look at fromheadtoheart.com for more information there. Thank you for being here and see you next week. Have a good week, everybody. Bye-bye.